So now let's look at this problem, and we're expected to actually use those arithmetic symbols together with parentheses to make both sides of the equation equal. So on the right hand side it's 24, and on the left hand side it's four numbers, 6, 5, 4, and 1. We need to stick those operators in there to make both sides equal, right? It's For this kind of questions, it looks like there are too many choices, right? How do we actually try to figure out what's actually the optimal choice, right? But usually these kind of questions has a pattern. So if we look at both sides of the equations, on the right hand side we have 24, right? So we try to actually limit or get rid of lots of possibilities by looking at how we can actually decompose this number 24, right? So one of the things that we can think of is actually 6 times 4, right? 6 times 4 equals to 24, right? And if we look at the right hand side, left hand side, we have a 6 already. So if we fix this 6, and then all we have to do is to figure out what's going to be the combination for the rest of the three numbers, what's going to be the operators between them, and then at this position, right? So if we fix this 6, then we have to actually come up with the number 4 by combining all the rest of the three numbers, right? But what's going to be the operator over here, right? So 6 times 4, right? 6 times 4, that's one possibility, right? So if we actually put a multiplication sign over here, right? So 6 times, then we have to actually come up with a 4 using the three numbers that's in there, right? But is it possible? Is it possible to come up with a 4 with these three numbers, right? We can try, but we can. All we have to do is to try these two positions, the operators for these two positions, right? And after a while, you will find out that it's not possible. It's not possible to actually come up with a 4 over here, right, in the parentheses. So what's going to be the next choice, right? So 6 times 4, that's one possibility, right? Multiplication sign for here is one possibility, right? But there's another possibility. That's the division sign. So we could do division. 6 divide what? 6 divide 1/4, right? So if we can come up with a 1/4 in the parentheses and then use the division sign, we can also come up with a 24, right? So now let's look at how we can actually come up with 1/4 using the three numbers over here, right? And it's actually not too hard, right? Because you can use 5 divide 4, right? That's gonna give you 5 over 4, right? And then subtract 1, right? That's gonna give you 1/4, right? That's gonna give you exactly 1/4, right? And then 6 divided 1/4, that's 24, right? So the trick for this kind of questions is to actually try to come up with some kind of a strategy for eliminating possibilities when you have too many of the possibilities, right? And one of the starting point is try to actually come up with some kind of a reasonable decomposition of the right hand side, right? And then try to actually use the operators and the numbers on the left hand side to actually come up with the numbers that you need to actually come up with to make up for the decomposition that you are trying to get.